long time, since the day that I decided to come forward and comply fully with the January 6th committee, that I hoped Mark already had been doing the right thing with the Justice Department. And I've said every time I've been asked since, and I believe this way, that I wish that he would. So I think it's unfortunate that it at least appears that there are still people not complying fully with their civic duty that they owe the American people. But I can't really say I'm overly surprised at this point either.
Why do you think you're not surprised?
I think when looking back at the last few years, there have been a lot of people, not just Mark, people in the former president's orbit, some who have also been indicted, but people who are also just complicit in their silence around things. And I think whether you are close to Donald Trump or you worked for Donald Trump, we all owe the American people the truth about Donald Trump. We owe them the opportunity to know who he actually is. And it's not easy. I was very loyal to Donald Trump when I worked for him, and it took me a long time to make that break. There are a lot of consequences that you have to weigh when you make the break with Trump world. But what I fear more is the deceit that Donald Trump will continue to perpetuate if more people don't stick up for the truth.
It must feel really surreal. You worked with Mark Meadows on the Hill. I remember when I was covering the White House and you worked there, and you were kind of everywhere that he went. You were on Air Force One, you were in his office, you worked right outside of it. It must feel really surreal to see him get indicted a second time.
It's really sad. I was really close with Mark. I really believed in Mark as a principal. That's why I chose to take the job with the Chief of Staff. It's difficult to see him in this position. But I think on the greater scale, too, if we look at how Mr. Trump has conducted himself through his business career and also his political career, I almost relate it to just bodies around him. He takes out everybody who is loyal to him because it's all about his personal gain and what he can gain from those people. Donald Trump is inherently about himself. That's why America is in the position that it is today, because he did not want to give up the presidency, and he's now running again. He's been indicted in multiple jurisdictions.
It reminds me of what Bill Barr told me. He was sitting in that same seat that you are now, and he said that Trump kind of leaves this path of carnage in his wake of people who sign up to go work for him and then end up, with their names in an indictment. Yeah, and it's, people go, I would hope for the most part, you go into public service to serve the American people. And it's incumbent upon all of us, whether you're a public servant or a citizen of this country, to make sure that we're maintaining our democratic institutions. Donald Trump does not show.
Election is coming, and we could see people are rising up from everywhere. President Donald Trump today will have the oral argument on the Supreme Court, being argued about his hash money case in New York. All the other cases, they had to make a judge on that, but the judges, they had to postpone it again for another hearing on the 9th of May next month. And a lot of stuff was happening. We could see everybody was excited, especially for President Donald Trump fans. They were very happy because the result they got, it looked somehow positive to the side of President Donald Trump, because the judges about immunity for the president, to a way they say a president needs certain immunity because you be like a robot, you have no control. And that's what President Donald Trump has been crying, that if a president stays without immunity, you're just like a robot. You only depend on Congress for everything. At a length, a president could have certain immunity. Some of them argue that immunity to go and kill someone, to murder somebody, it means that the president has the right to murder somebody and he will not be punished because he has immunity. Some of them said even the president is above the law. So there's a lot of contradiction today among the judges. We also see that we saw of Cassidy. Cassidy was being interviewed in CNN, and Cassidy went ahead and talked about her ex-boss was Mark Meadows, and she tried to talk about President Donald Trump, why she boldly came out and said she will vote for President Biden. You know, sometimes it's difficult, sometimes, especially if you work for President Donald Trump, most people are not that bold enough to come and say who they will vote for. Sometimes they will just say, I will not vote for him, and they will even be bold enough to say they will vote for the next party, who is President Biden. But Cassidy came out boldly and said she is going to vote for President Biden because she believed that she has worked with President Donald Trump according to her testimony, and working with President Donald Trump, there's a lot of fraudulence there. It took a lot for her to even get out of that place. After you get out from that place, because magans will come for you, they will almost kill you if you are not even fortunate. So her life have not been the same because they have come for her, and she was expecting that. So most of the people that left like with her, most of them are afraid to talk the way she's talking. So but she was prepared for, because she already knew who she was working with. So she knew the type of individuals. So she's not afraid. According to Cassidy, she said she's praying that someone else to rule for them to get democracy, because she don't even want President Donald Trump to win again. And she believes that the people in the United States, they need to know the truth about who they want to vote for. So for a long time they have been hiding President Donald Trump, which is not fair. So according to her, all the hide and seek need to stop about President Donald Trump. They need to show who he is, his real character, and his real who he is, his real character and a real person. So Cassidy had a lot to talk about. She went ahead and talked a lot. And what do you really think about Cassidy? Do you believe all she's saying? Do you believe all what she's talking about her ex-boss? Do you believe she's talking about President Donald Trump? And what is your own take about her still coming out and still talking? Why some other people are not bold the way she is? They are just behind the scene and they are scared because of what the magans will do to them. Can I see your own opinion in the comment section? Underneath this video, there's a link for my shop fees store. There's a lot of goodies you can buy. Holidays is coming and you can buy for yourself, for your spouses, your children, whatever you want. It's on that shopping. It's an online shop, and the link will be on the description box. Please help and support me. Thank you very much. Underneath this video, there's a link for my shop fees store. There's a lot of goodies you can buy. Holidays is coming and you can buy for yourself, for your spouses, your children, whatever you want. It's on that shopping. It's an online shop, and the link will be on the description box. Please help and support me. Thank you very much.